We are live. We are live. We are live. How's everybody doing tonight? How about you, Kim? You doing okay?
Yep, doing well. Doing well.
Yeah, I see you've been on some really good fish this past week.
Yeah.
Really nice shell cracker, man.
Oh yeah. Got on some good shell cracker one day and went crappie fishing Saturday.
Oh, you did some crappie fishing too.
Yeah, my pro staffer came down from Salina. I have to dial in as an active target. They had it hooked up wrong and
Uh-oh.
still ain't right. But I finally got it to where we could see a little fish and probably caught 20, kept probably 13, kept some white bass.
Okay.
They had the transducer turn around backwards.
That's a big problem a lot of people deal with.
Man, and the screen was you only see like 3 inches of the screen. The rest of it was black all the way across, so you can only see about this much of the screen.
Wow.
It took 3 hours messing with that thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen a guy do a youth man, he had a good buddy of mine. He was recording his deal on YouTube, making YouTube videos. And I sent him a message. I was like, "Hey man, man, you need to talk." And I told him that he had his transducer on backwards. It make a big difference. And it can be confusing if you don't watch it. It
Yep.
can be confusing. But once you get the gist of it, I mean, it's not hard. Uh,
Yeah, and you think he was facing forward, but actually he's looking backwards.
Looking backwards,
Yeah, they even have.
exactly,
I was like, man, I said this is not right. This is not right.
exactly.
Oh, it's
Yep.
frustrating.
Yeah, I finished up my install today. I was doing the install for a guy that he's on the lives a lot, goes by Road Hog,
Oh yeah,
and man, let me tell you, the it's not an old boat, but it's an older boat, and they didn't have the plumbing like the new boats have, that's made out of PVC,
sure.
and it made it kind of tough, but we got all the stuff ran, and we got power today. There's still a few things that he has to do, and to be water ready,
Yeah,
but I'm looking forward to really soon being on the water with him, getting that thing dialed in, and but it's looking good. We powered everything up, powered the troll motor up today, and got the he found a 1198 Humminbird 1198, one of them old workhorses,
yeah,
and got that powered up. He got him a 1222 uh, with the live scope system, LVS 32. We hadn't had it on the water yet, but everything powered up. It communicated with the live scope. The unit communicated with the live scope, and it's installed professionally. Wires look really good. Got them laid out really good,
yeah,
and I think he's going to be really happy. He's going to have a lot of good service out of that thing coming up soon.
yeah. I hope to be
So
there myself here soon.
yeah, yep, yeah. I tell everybody, man, you don't have to have live scope to catch crappie.
No,
It's a sport in its own,
yeah,
and the enjoyment that people have just live scoping. I mean, you can go out there and just look at the fish and look at what they do and learn so much.
that's what we did. I went old school for about 3 hours because I got
Yeah,
tired of messing with that thing. I threw out some buoys and caught some fish.
yeah. You definitely do not have to have live technology to catch them.
No,
It's a lot of fun though.
it is. I love it.
Yep.
I don't care what nobody says.
I'm gonna give some shout outs. We got Super Dave as always, dropping the links, and really appreciate you, brother. Got Albert in the house. Thank you for joining us. Squiddo, Forward back with us. Fishing Addicts in the house. Thanks for joining us, brother. Sid Lewis, Murdoch's back with us. Miss Stephanie is in the house. Thank you for joining us. Who else we got here? Super Dave, how you been doing, brother? Talk to me. Roy Dale's in the house. Wayne Zool. Big Les, what's going on, my brother? Another moderator for the chat.
Sure,
Really
big
do
lad.
appreciate you guys. Really do appreciate you guys. Devon, thanks for joining us, brother. Todd Phelps back with us. Who else we got here? Here's a new name, DLC.
Welcome.
DLC. Thanks for joining us. WOW. What's going on, my brother? This
Waiting.
dude right here, he's guiding. I'm not for sure what state he's in, but it's a state that don't have uh limits on crappie, man. And
What?
man, he posts coolers, not just a cooler, coolers
Coolers.
full of crappie, man. I'm not for sure what state he's in, but he's doing it up there. But it's
Man,
one of those states that don't have limits, so he's totally legal, and
yeah.
he's putting some people on some fish and doing a good job of it. Slap B's in the house. What's going on, my brother? Tackle Box Mike. What's going on, man? Scott Pace from Alabama back with us. Thank you for joining us.
What's up, Scott?
D Sauce is in the house. Mine was on backwards until I figured it out. I'm telling you, it is a. The thing is, you can say if you read the instructions, you would know. But you know, who spends that amount of money and want to sit there and read the instructions? You
Right.
ready to put that thing on to go fishing.
Yeah.
But me, I'm totally different. I'm gonna read that manual before I spend my money. I
Yeah.
want to know how it works.
Exactly.
I fished with Steve a few times before I bought my unit, and that's where I messed up at. And it's like I tell everybody, everybody that go guide with me, hey, if you got a boat and you don't have live scope, I'm telling you, you get on my boat and fish with me with live scope. You going that quit me? I'm telling you, it changes you. It changes you big time. And I tell everybody, if you don't have live scope and you fish with it, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, yeah.
You're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Vincent's in the house. Thank you for joining us. William C's in the house. Slick, another moderator. Thank you for joining us, brother. Really do appreciate all of you guys. MLW Fishing Man in the house. Thank you for joining us. Larry Herring, appreciate you for joining us. I want to see some fishing reports. See it, I know you've been out there. He says, unfortunately, when I first installed mine, I put it on backwards. Could not understand why I couldn't see the big tree I pulled up to because it was you had to put it behind you. See it?
And what's bad, my guy, he's had it for 6 months, but
Oh wow,
he never figured out how to use. This is the first time I ever seen fish on. He got so excited.
yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. It
Uh,
happens though. It
yeah,
happens.
he didn't know.
Yep. Chat Jock's in the house. What's going on, my brother? Miss Bertha's back with us.
And his birthday.
Dr. Carl W. Thompson. What's up, SK from Mississippi?
Oh, that's Jig Manker. He was on my thing. What little
Okay.
crappie thumper jig? That's what he said.
A doctor making jigs to sell? Or is that doctor for doctoring on them crappie? Eric's in the house. What's going on, my brother? Thank you for joining us again. I can't wait until this dude here joined up with Fahim. I want to hear some good reports from them.
Yeah.
And the fishing here, man. I had 2 trips so far this week, and I mean it's just man. Monday was I had the two brothers Monday. One is mid 70s years old, and the other one is early 80s years old. And man, all I could tell those dudes was, man, if I make it to y'all's age and be able to do what y'all are doing, I would love life.
Man.
I would love life. But man, the younger brother had fished with me, I don't know, 5 or 6, maybe even 7 trips already. And he had always been telling me, "Hey man, I got a brother. I want to get out here. I want you to show him how to, use live scope." He hadn't ever caught crappie, and I don't think you're gonna have some work cut out for you to make it happen. but I want you to do it and see if you can put him on some fish. So man, there ain't nobody I can't put on fish. And man, I'm gonna tell you, they got out there, and that younger brother clowned that older brother. He missing fish, not setting the hook,
Yeah.
raising the jig way too fast, and then when he did set the hook, he just raised the pole up. And I'm talking
Right.
about they were going at it strong.
Yeah.
And Mr. Leroy, you got to know who I'm talking about. Mr. Leroy, he gonna have you laughing from the time you meet him to you tell him later on. Yeah, he got some good jokes for you.
Right.
It was a great day on the water. Fish cooperated really well. Crappie Day fish on in the house.
And my
Thank
buddy
you
was
for
doing the
joining
same
us.
thing, man. He could not catch one. I said, he's coming. He said he set the hook too quick. I said,
Wow.
he's coming. He caught one finally at the end.
Wow.
And he had like 20 bites. I was sitting there dying laughing, boy.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Everybody think you buy live technology and you just go out there and empty the lake out.
Mm-mm.
But I'm gonna tell you something. It is not like that.
Nope.
It's like I tell people all the time. There are rules already for crappie fishing without live tech, and then when you get live tech, there's an additional set of rules that you have to use.
Yeah. We
Hooks,
going.
hooks and hammocks in the house. Thank you for joining us. Let me see what D Saw's got to say here. Live scope is a challenge. My thing was figuring it out. Yeah, it can be a challenge. It can be a challenge. It really can. No slack outdoors in the house. Thank you for joining us, brother.
What's up, no sweat?
Daniel knees. Jigs up. Tested positive. Tested negative today. Awesome. Congratulations. And I'm
Mm.
planning on getting back on the water soon. Get your boosters, man. You do not want this stuff, without a doubt. I totally agree. Jeff Peters, thank you for joining us. D Soul's in the house. Who else we got here? Robert Chestnut's in the house with us.
What's up,
Uh oh.
Robert? Robert was my winner tonight.
Oh, really? Chestnut? Robert Chestnut?
Hmm.
That's Will he get the hat or the jigs?
He got the jigs, I think. Yeah, he got the jigs.
That's what's up. Man, I want to give me some hats, but I just ain't had time to mess around with it.
Man, it's some work.
It is. And you got to find whoever have them in stock. I know there's been a lot of places been out of stock.
Yeah. I got a line on some. See.
Yeah. Dr. Carl says, I don't wash my live scope. Once I locate the fish, I go old school then and just cast and slow reel until I get a thump. Well, I'm going to tell you now, there ain't no way I'm going to spend all that money for live tech and don't utilize its fullest capabilities. I
Yeah, I
want to see
watched
that.
mine.
I want to see that Joker's fin move before he see my jig. When he get ready to turn, I want to see his tail come out. I want to see him turn. I want to see his eyeball blink. I want to see it all.
Yeah.
I
And
want
I
my
want
money's worth.
and I want to catch that big one I'm looking at on that tree.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's the beauty of live scope is you can target a fish. You can pick the
Yeah.
fish you want to catch. And it's so
Sure.
much fun.
It is.
It is so much fun. Wayne Zul says live scope is better. You're saying you was messing with that Mega Live?
Oh, the active target.
Oh,
Yeah.
you was using Lowrance then.
Yeah, we was on Lowrance.
Okay.
It looks similar, but it ain't the same. And every time I dial it back, it got blurry.
Huh.
It was crazy. It wasn't right. I don't know who hooked it up, but it was not right.
Yeah. Oh, okay. WOW is from North Carolina.
Oh,
Quentin Farr. Uh-oh. Wayne said I guess he's been fishing. He says he's glad that he got him a Texas limit.
what's
That's
that?
what's up.
25?
Yes, sir. He probably red fishing or something. He's down on the coast.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. James Hill.
of James.
Yeah, I'm good, and hopefully you are too. Murdoch says I finally got to get on the water Monday and today. Was shocked to find the bluegill still thick on the beds and healthy. Usually they beat up here by exactly. Yep, caught my 25 whole fries and went bass fishing. Yep, and that's the same thing I've been saying. They definitely a month and a half or so late here, and the fish are still looking really good. And you're right. By this time, they're really, really, really thin from doing all that work keeping the beds up. But the fish that I've seen, how about your fish, Kim? Are they still real thick? And
Yeah, they're somewhat pretty good. Yeah, they've been pretty thick.
yeah, yeah, because most of the ones here, I mean, this time of year, August, it's I I'd fish for them, but it's rare that I keep them because they're usually so thin.
Right.
But these are still looking like they got another good month, maybe month and a half left in them.
Yeah.
Wayne, we are definitely in a drought. Some areas around here is getting rain. The crappie, the lake is only about a foot and a half. Both our lakes, local lakes here, about a foot and a half low, so that's not too bad. Bite's been really good here. Been really, really good here for me. Look who we got in the chat, man. You supposed to be on the live. What you doing in the chat? He ended up commenting on the live. You supposed to be on the chat, brother. SK's email. Crop catch. That's right. Any of you guys that want to get out and experience live scope to its fullest, uh, this is my contact. And Super Dave is one of the moderators you can trust just about everything this guy puts in the chat. All the clickable links that he add are safe, and he's a big part of this thing we got going. So any of the links that you see Super Dave put up, they are safe for you to check out.
We did catch some goo. We caught a 3.5 foot gar.
I seen that gar. Yeah,
He wanted to cast over there. I said, "Those is gar, man." I said,
yeah.
"Cast over there." And he
You caught
did.
on a crappie jig.
Yeah. It
LBG supposed to
was.
be on the live. He in the chat. And yes, I did send him the link this time. Devon say he caught 3 crappie back to back on Saturday. Then the thunderstorm came and nothing after that. Those fish probably went shallow. That's what I've seen. I fished during rainstorms, and even right where those fish are, they can be over 12, 15 foot of water. All they're gonna do is rise up to the top.
Yeah, that rain will drop the temperature of that water a
It
couple degrees,
does.
and they'll
They
move.
love it. They love
Oh
that
yeah.
cooler water. Yes, sir. They'll come up there 2 to 3 foot under the surface. Slap B says I'm still old schooling, no live scope. Got the head unit though. Gonna break down this Xmas. I want to chase the open water fish more than anything. That's what's up. And it's a lot of fun.
And that's the beauty of our generation. We can go old
Exactly.
school. We don't need
Yep.
live show. We grew up without it. So
Exactly.
if it broke, we still gonna catch fish.
We gonna catch
Oh yeah,
and have fun doing it.
that's
And ain't
right.
gonna be scared to go. Every chance we get, we
Right.
go
We go.
without a doubt. George Baker's in the house. What's going on, my brother? Good evening, SK and Kim. Hit that thumbs up tonight, please.
What's up, George?
Thank you, George. Yeah, LBG still in over there in the comment section. How get
What?
everybody how shout outs. I don't know what he doing. I don't know. He don't like us no more. He don't like us no
He's a
more.
live scoper now. He done.
Wayne says if I didn't have health problems, I would hire you for a crappie fishing trip for sure. What health problems got to do with hiring me? I take care of everybody get on my boat. Uh-oh, look at here. Look at here. We talking noise. Doctor of theology. That's all good.
Oh yeah, theologian,
Yep. Stephen Corley, how you
Mississippi
doing?
live.
Mississippi life. DLC says I've been enjoying the live for several months. Really look forward to Wednesday nights. That is awesome. We're glad you enjoy it.
We do too.
Yep, we do too. Enjoy talking about fishing without a doubt. Uh, I'll give my report. Any of you that don't follow us on Facebook, man, I'm telling you, you guys are missing out. And all I'm doing here is just reporting what I've seen and done and did on the water. And I do those. I put those post those reports on Facebook. Maybe the, the evening of or the next day. And we're out there Monday, and although I had the brand new guy at the helm to train, and we had to go through the set the hook deal and how to present the bait and all of that, he still got on. They got a very nice box of fish. I think they ended up with 30, and I'm not talking about no 10-inch fish. These guys. I think the biggest fish was 14 and a half inches long, and
Yeah.
there was several 12s and 13s in the mix.
Who else on here?
Yeah.
What's up, Eric?
All jigs. A lot of people think that because summertime hit, you got to have minnows. That ain't true. Especially when you got live scope, man. You get that even if you don't have live scope. I fished years before live scope was jigs year round, and
That's
and
all I
and
do.
caught my fair share of crappie.
That's all I use.
And I'm not downing anybody that use minnows. You can use what you want. I'm just saying I walk around my chest poked out. When I done whacked them across the head with some jigs.
They call us purists.
There you go.
I heard that other day. Oh, you guys, you purists. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm a jig fisherman.
Mr. Yardley Kennedy, thank you for joining us, brother. Always a joy to have you in the chat. Enjoy talking with people like him. Really do. Down to earth. Really good people. Damon, what's going on, my brother?
What's up, Damon?
Anthony Woods in the house. Thank you for joining us, Anthony.
Yeah.
I will tell you guys a story about this young man. I'm a serious, and another thing too. I hadn't talked with my guy that I leased from, but I know we have several openings up there. So any of you guys that hunt, hunting season's coming up. And I know we talk about crappie here, but I want to throw this out there. Any of you that want a lease that's fairly close to Houston, about an hour's drive away, I'll announce coming soon. How many spots that he has up there, and it's in the Huntsville area. So that there's some pretty good deer up there. It's not the up north deer, but it's for down south. They got some pretty good deer up there. But Anthony and I went out and did some scouting the other day, and actually shot some bows. And I hadn't shot my bow. I know been over 2 years. And my main bow, man, I drilled. Did a real good job shooting. He was surprised that I not only talked about bow hunting but could actually shoot. It was a good deal. Look forward to getting in the woods again real soon.
Oh yeah.
But speaking of that trip, Monday, I mean it was just drop down there and present the bait right and set the hook. Go back Tuesday and another brand new guy, brand new to live scope, brand new to jigging for crappie, and and this is usually always work this way. You pull up to a pile, your first pile of the day, you just get started, and you drop your bait down there, and automatically, bam, big old crappie smack that jig. That's an almost guaranteed automatic sign of a tough day. I don't know if it worked like that for anybody else, But I hate it when on my first drop, I'm talking about not having to entice that fish, just drop down there, bam, he just turned and smack it. The rest of that day seems to go pretty tough for me. And it was a pretty tough day after that uh yesterday. And but we still ended up he ended up with his full limit. And we put the work in to find them and catch them. And we had, man, I'm telling you, I'm willing to bet 100 fish come up, inspect that jig, and turn away. Regardless of the action, regardless of the colors, regardless of the sizes, they were tough to catch. And there are just days like that. Wish you could get Gene the fishing machine on the live chat with you. Man, don't mess no little folks like us.
Right. He ain't come out
You
here.
ain't got
I
time
don't even
mess
know how
with
to
no.
get a hold of
You ain't got time messing no folks like us. Justin Fishing Fetish, what's going on, my brother? Look at Devon talking about that would be nice. Mr. Richard Gene wouldn't ever probably he probably wouldn't even answer a phone call from me. Who is SK? Slick says hit the thumbs up if you haven't already, and I'd really appreciate it. Crappie hunters in the house. What's going on, my brother? Cody from 3 Plus 1, thanks for joining us. Went out last week to cast net bait fish. Was pulling in five or more crappie in the net each cast, and 1.5 feet of water up on the bank. Seemed odd for them to be up there in 85-degree lake water.
He's looking for bait. They probably was in there eating the bait.
That and or running from the thermocline.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you guys this. I don't put out information that's bad. I'm not gonna go out and night fish and catch open water fish and put out reports that I caught open water fish during the daytime and the morning trip. I'm not getting ready to do all that when I didn't do it. Now, a couple 2-3 weeks ago, I commented how these fish. I was catching fish in 8 foot of water, about 6 foot down there, and these fish are coming up feeling really really cool. For one, they were above the thermocline, and two, if that water temperature is cool enough, even though, and I'm talking about 90-degree surface temp, and these fish are coming up feeling cool to the touch. They know where they're going to be comfortable at. We're playing a guessing game with these fish finders telling us the surface temp, and I mean 1.5 foot. That's I don't know that I'd be able. Hey, that just may be far. You just never know. But
Mm.
hey, those fish are gonna go where they're comfortable and where the food is.
Yeah, they don't care how hot the water is.
Yeah. Uh oh. Look, he had to put a disclaimer in there. Released all of them, of course. Sure.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
I'm not saying nothing.
You don't want the man come knocking on your door.
That's funny. Jeff and school's in session. J Dub, what's going on, my brother? Gilby's back with us. Good evening, SK Kim
Gil.
and Super Dave. Wayne said he'd be glad to get a Texas limit of crappie. Come on, you know how to do it. Uh-oh, Texas Slam. Speckled trout, redfish, and flounder. I used to chase those jokers a lot back in the day.
Mm.
Yeah, I was neck deep in the salt water. John McMillan, thanks for joining us. I can't stop chasing these crappies to fish for bluegill. Well, do both.
I can.
Do both. There were times I'd go out there and smack me a limit of crappie and then go play with the
Yeah.
bluegill.
I'm
Go pull up.
addicted to bow.
Yeah, I am too. Go out there early morning and knock you some crappie out, and then go pull up under the shade tree when it get hot and catch some bluegill.
Heck yeah.
That's how that worked. Gilbert says, finally caught something other than a dink on Sunday at Keystone Lake. Only 12 inches, but finally. 12 inch. I'm hoping a crappie. I'm guessing crappie. That's a really good fish.
Only 12. That's a good fish.
Yep. Devon says, SK, have you started using minnows yet in the summer? If so, I use the Ingle bait cooler, which is what I use and keeps them cool in the heat. I haven't yet. Um, just hadn't had the need to, and I sort of knew that. Um, changing colors, changing jig colors, changing jig sizes usually put fish in the boat, and having the confidence of knowing that changing is what is going to do. I mean, I'm not. Of course, men as well work, yes, but when you're out there and you accept the challenge of figuring those fish out and accomplish figuring them out, it's a addiction that's like nothing else. Um, and it's very, very doable. Even though, like that Tuesday, that yesterday trip, although we had to work for him, my client was ecstatic that he was catching crappie on jigs. And I tell everybody it is additional work. Now, if you just want to go out there and do a meat hunt, meat haul, sure. Uh, we, I still hadn't bought minnows, but it's just a hassle, if you ask me. You got to make a stop by the store. You got to buy a cooler. You got to haul the cooler around, and all of that. And I just don't think that it's necessary. And it's perfectly fine for anybody that want to use minnows. I won't ever down anybody to use minnows, but I just don't think it's necessary, and that's my opinion. And I know Kim feels the same way.
Yeah, I don't use them.
Yeah,
I'm not a tournament fisherman. If I ain't biting, this ain't gonna bite.
yeah.
I'm not buying
And
no man.
I always hear people talk about they wish that live scope wasn't allowed in tournaments. I wish minnows wasn't allowed in tournaments.
Yeah, straight artificial,
Yeah,
just like bass. Why not?
that's right.
They don't use live bait.
Live scope don't put fish in the boat. Minnows do.
Yeah, they want the sure thing. That's all.
Gilbert says, "Well, now you tell me, SK."
I like tricking them.
That's right, and it's addiction. It's
Yeah, it is.
seriously an addiction. It really is. It really, really is. So we got a giveaway. Those of you that are here, I just want to let you know we got a giveaway coming up tomorrow on the Facebook group page. And Kim did an awesome giveaway tonight on his live.
Yep.
Um, and I did make a change on the Facebook page after thinking about it for a long time. We went private. So if you'd like to go in there and read stories, reports, look at pictures, see what's going on, you have to join the group now. And we've been thinking about doing it for a while, and we finally decided to pull the trigger and make it that way. Dave Fontenot, what's going on, my brother? Been a while. Hello, crappie freaks. I'll
What's up,
accept that
Dave?
because I'm a crazy freak for crappie. I couldn't imagine not knowing how to crappie fish and messing with LS. I'd be lost worse than last year's Easter egg. Slap B, I tell you, you got a head start on a lot. You got a head start on a lot, without a doubt. Knowing the basics of crappie fishing helps a ton. And I'm gonna tell you, there's a lot of people that live scope. They were bass fishermen, cat fishermen. They get live scope, and now they tournament. You know, they even there's some guys that are minute dunkers, and now they're you know, professional tournament anglers, crappie fishermen, you know, riding around in brand new bass cats, chasing these tourney trails down,
Right.
or a million guides out there now.
Yep.
But it is what it is. It's just that's just the way it is. LBG still in the chat over there. I guess he got an issue with me today. I'm gonna have to have some choice words from him for him when I talk to him. We went fishing in 98-degree weather. A rainstorm came and we did not have raincoats. That's good. You got cooled off. Oh, he said he almost froze to death. I thought you said 98
How
degrees.
you freeze to death 98 degrees?
Always bring your survival supplies. I'll tell you now, in the summer, I don't care to carry a rain jacket. I welcome any and all
Yeah,
rain
it
as long
rain.
as it
It's
don't have
right.
lightning. I
Right.
just I just don't want no lightning.
No, I've been there.
Yep. Garrick's in the house. What's going on, buddy? Going good. Hopefully it's going good for you
Feeling
also.
good.
LBG still in the chat. I guess I'm a purist. There you go. Me too.
Yeah, me. I'm a purist. What that guy said.
Yep. WG Crappie excursion. You at work, big brother? Nope. No, he ain't at work. D Sauce. Chat, how much money y'all spending on fishing? How much money y'all spending on fishing? What do you mean, per trip, or what are you talking about? Murdoch says, SK, I found a live scope bundle. It's a LVS 32, a 10-inch monitor. Can't remember the model. More than likely a 106 SV if it's a 10-inch, or it could be uh what is it? Eight 8610. It could be 8610 also, but it was the one with the GPS chart plotter and the black box 2700. That's pretty good, isn't it? Yep. I mean that's
Yeah,
pretty good price.
it's about ballpark. Yeah, now.
Yep. That's pretty decent price. Pretty decent. LBG still over there in the chat. Did he send me a message? He got something going on over there. Let me check my phone real quick. Nope, no message. Okay. Tackle Box Mike says, "Are the deer corn fed?" They're going to be. They can be if you put the corn out there. It's not high fence for sure. I wouldn't fish high fence. It's sort of like, man, let me stop. I ain't getting ready to go there. Gary say it's sort of like using minnows. Oh man, it's funny. Gibbs says, Kim, where's the jig of the night?
Oh, you want to see the jig of the night? Let me see what I got over here.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm with you. I'm with you, LBG. Say you're not feeling good.
I'll put that one in there.
Is that pink and short or orange?
Yeah, pink and sharp.
Okay. Ronnie Harris says, "Good evening, SK and Kim from Georgia."
So, Ronnie, these are quarter ounce.
Yeah, get to feeling better, LBG. If you would have went and whacked them crappie today, you've been feeling pretty good.
Yeah, son done beat him up. He can't.
Yep. Yeah, Anthony talking about I'm a great shot. I ain't that great. I hadn't shot in 2 years. DLC says, grew up hunting in Huntsville, Riverside area. Lots of big deer around there. Yep. And you're right on top of me where my lease is, Riverside. Roy Dale, wishing LBG get better. Romero, what's up, fellas? How y'all doing tonight? From Killeen,
So,
Texas.
Romero.
We are great. Hopefully you are also. Devon says, SK, when are you going to invite Cam's crappie hole to the live chat?
Oh, come on now.
You know, the thing is, I don't want to get into that because then you have 9 million, you'll have 9 million YouTubers wanting to come on the live. And it's been the same way since I started. I say, hey, I don't want to get into that because there's always going to be somebody that feel that you treated them unfairly for not inviting them on the show.
Yeah.
And what I will do is tournament anglers that's successful in the trails, and I'm not talking about the Mickey Mouse stuff. I'm talking about the big boy trails and well-known guides that's been in the field for forever because we all can learn from them. I'm not talking about the ones that's guiding due to live scope. I'm talking about the ones that's been at it, and been at it for a while. And that's who we have on the show. We got a pretty good guy coming real soon. We just got to get him on the show, and we got some other people that we're working on to get on. So just hang tight. Yeah, I know y'all probably get tired of seeing all ugly faces and hearing all crazy stories and all of that, but we have some new direction coming pretty soon. Uh, just hang with us. It's coming. Slap B says, call Mama Sue. SK, the machine's wife. He's scared of her. Mama Sue. Michael, what's that dude? The imaginary dude that he always talking about? What's his name?
Elmo.
Yeah, Elmo. I might call Elmo. Tell him to
That's
kick
it.
Richard in the butt over here.
Elmo can get him.
That's what's up. You right about that? Yeah, yeah. Abe the crappie hunter in the house. What's going on, my brother? What's up, guys? I will be glad when monsoon season is over with. I guess you're getting a lot of rain. We haven't here.
It rained
I
here
mean,
today.
oh really? Good rain or just enough to wet the ground?
Enough to wet the ground. It wasn't that much. It
Yeah,
was over by noon.
yeah. I know there's a lot of people that's been getting pounded, man.
Yeah.
Over in Louisiana, they've been getting pounded pretty good, and
St. Louis, they're underwater.
yeah, yep,
Certain parts.
yep. And that's crazy. Is either you're in a drought or you're getting too much.
Right.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, I've heard him say that he had to take some of those fish to his wife. So Ronnie Harris wishing LBG a good evening. Wallace Gardner, evening fellows. Stay cool. It's 106 degrees here in Missouri. Boat not fixed. Too hot in the daytime.
Yeah.
Always good to
I put it
to
in
go
this.
night fishing. You can always go night fishing. You got to clarify that one for me, D Sauce.
Talk your talk. He said, talk your talk.
Oh, is that what it is? Talk to talk?
Talk your talk.
Oh, okay. Cam is a good dude. He loves helping people. That's what's up, Slab B. Look at Slab. Look at Devon to my Slab B. He doesn't do giveaways though. That's funny. That's funny. DLC says prefer fishing with jigs. I'm with you. Pontoon Jody's in the house.
Hey, Pontoon Jody.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us. I've caught crappie using jigs too, but I prefer using minnows because I rarely catch them on jigs. Hey man, it ain't nothing wrong with using jigs. It's personal preference. It's like
Yep.
having your transducer on the troll motor versus a pole. Personal preference.
Up to you.
I feel one's always better than the other one, but it's not. That's not for you. That's for me. You know. John says, "Good evening, men. I'm a little late, but I'm here. There ain't no such thing as late. You're here. That's what matters. Thank you for joining us."
Where's Steve at?
Steve's on the East Coast. He may stop in a little later on. He's with family over there
No.
on the East Coast.
Okay. 225. Sure.
Look here, tough cuz you ain't have no manners. What? Oh, that's funny. That's funny. LBG, I hope you get better soon, brother.
Oh yeah.
Cody from 3 Plus 1 Outdoors says, when fishing, you have to remember to enjoy the hunt and figuring out the pattern. If you let slow days discourage you, you'll start making mistakes and second guessing yourself. Fun and confidence is key. I totally agree.
You have to enjoy fishing to be a fisherman.
Without a doubt. And understand it's not called catching, it's called
Yeah.
fishing.
They don't sell a catching license. They sell a fishing license.
That's right. And for years, I've always heard the saying, put the pieces to the puzzle together and you'll catch them.
This
The
makes you a better
puzzle,
fisherman.
it does. The puzzle constantly changes. It's not the same puzzle every time.
Mm-mm. A
And
lot of people go to the same spots every time. That's why
exactly.
they
That's what
don't
I was
catch the fish they
just getting
want.
ready to say.
Yeah. They go to the
I,
same
I
thing.
I've seen people sit on a spot. I'll fish 10 spots up to them and 20 spots past them, and I'll pass them back up with my limit, and they still sitting on the same spot,
Still sitting there.
asking me if I caught any fish. Of course, I caught fish. Yeah, but a lot. That's what a lot of people want to do. They want to go out there and sit there and wait on the fish to come to them. It's a hunt. It's no different than walking in the woods looking for squirrel.
Yeah.
All squirrels not gonna be in one tree, just like all the
Sure.
fish not gonna be on one pile. You may be on top of an awesome pile that at times have great fish. And another thing, something that will hurt you if you do have live tech is you'll see 20 fish still at that pile, and they are like statues. And it's not just the spot that you want to fish. It's not just the fish you want to fish. It's the active fish that you want to be chasing. So, and I get clients all the time. Well, let me drop on this one right here. That's like a good fish. Let me try to see if I can make him bite. They put that jig down and they have to hit that fish to make him move, and he still don't hit the jig. And it's like I explained to him. Say we're not here to just mess with all the fish. We're going to target the active fish, and we're going to move. The active fish is what you want, and a lot of people just lost with that. They are totally lost. They go out there that one spot that they seen somebody catch a fish on, or that they caught a fish on, and they'll throw their anchor out or hit spot lock, whatever the case may be, and they will sit there all day,
Yep. I used
all
to
day.
do it. So I used to do it.
You know,
Before I figured it out, I catch two
yeah.
fish and I'm sitting there thinking they're gonna swim back
Th-
through.
th- there's been so many years pre-live scope, before I had live scope, that I'd said move, move, and move. I've been saying that for I can't tell you how many years on video, on YouTube, posting
Yeah.
for people to look and learn. And another saying that's so very true that a lot of people don't understand is just because you're on the spot, you got to put your bait in the spot. And I used to always say, find the spot on the spot, because there could be one little limb that you got to put that bait by before it trigger that fish to bite. Or one side of that brush pile, the fish will be feeding, and the rest of the pile they're sitting there asleep.
Yeah, they won't eat.
And that's the beauty of it, though. That's why I love it, because it's not that you just go out there and do the same old thing. It's not just cast a weight out there, sit it on the bottom, and wait on the fish to come. It's not that. crappie fishing to be successful, consistently successful with crappie fishing, you have to get out there. You're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to make changes. And the a good thing is usually, not always, usually, if you catch one fish and you remember the depth, look at your fish finder, see what depth of water you're in, look at the amount of line you got out, see how deep that fish was. Usually if you can fish brush piles or structure, that type of structure, and I'm gonna tell you, there are times that I go out to the lake and the timber is hot. So if I fish brush piles and I'm struggling with brush piles, I'll know that, hey, maybe I need to go to a stump. Maybe I need to go to some standing timber or maybe a ledge. And once you see that that particular type of structure held active fish, if you find that type of structure throughout the lake in that depth of water, usually those fish are feeding. And I've seen it for years, and it's worked great. It's worked really good. It's worked really good. Catfish and crappie in the house. What's going on, my brother?
Yeah,
Thanks for
Mark.
joining us. Man, I hadn't been able to get over there to y'all's live. Man, I'm telling you, it's just been busy, busy, busy. Go, 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 go. It's even me editing videos. I got one video. Me and my boys went out, did a bank trip. Finally got this thing on YouTube. Man, it's been go. It's not that I'm trying to avoid you guys over there. It's not that I don't love y'all anymore. I just have not had the time. And I hope y'all understand it. And I really do appreciate you guys still coming over here showing support. Y'all got something going good over there, and just stay at it, man. Stay at it. I'll get there when I can. I'll get there when I can. Yeah. DLC says I got addicted to live scope from just watching SK's videos. That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah, he said that a thunderstorm will drop the temperature without a doubt. But I'm gonna have my arms open for it. But I've seen it go from hot to cold. I really have. Slap B says the best thing I've learned about crappie fishing or any fishing, really, not to overthink it. It's easy to do though. Overthinking it will mess you up sometimes. It's not hard. They're just things you have to do. I totally agree. I totally agree. Elton says, "What's up, SK and Kim? And thanks, SK, for the few fish Friday realm. Really appreciate it for the few fish." Oh, okay, okay. I mean, I'm just not thinking about who you. Okay, I appreciate it. Ain't no thing, brother. I gave him some crappie. I went back out after a trip the other day, and actually got to meet him and his bud out on the lake. And I was like, you know what? I got these fish. I was really just doing some scouting, seeing if there were some active fish in those areas. And I was like, hey man, if y'all want these, y'all can have them. That's super cool. Fishing by the numbers. What's going on, my brother?
What's up?
3 plus Cody says I'm spending too much money on fishing and it's worth every penny.
Sure is.
I totally agree. That's funny though.
That's what
You
I want to
spending too
spend
much
my
money.
money on.
That's right. That's why I work my tail off.
Me too. Shit.
Yep. That's why I work my tail off. Stephanie says I really like that jig you got there, Kim. Awesome colors. Those colors work great.
Yeah, that's the orange I switched to that.
Yeah.
Electric
Shane Wolf's
chicken.
in the house. If I had to pick one jig, that's the one I'd use.
He said electric
Electric
chicken.
electric chicken for me, please.
Oh yeah, that's a good color. No doubt.
Yeah, Devon, Louisiana's been getting it. They've been getting some good rain over there. Some parts of it, not the whole state though. Some parts of it. John says, Kim, that purple head, black and chartreuse hair jig has been working very well here in North Carolina.
Oh, nice.
Purple, black,
Purple
and
hair, black and
chartreuse.
chartreuse hair. Yeah,
Really?
yeah, that's what I sent him. I think purple hair, black.
Purple head, black and chartreuse. I'm trying to think of what that would look like.
Yeah, maybe it's all purple with chartreuse.
Okay.
I don't
That's
remember
what I was gonna
tying
say.
no.
I don't remember the
I
the
don't remember
purple.
tying no black, purple, and
Yeah.
chartreuse. I
Yeah,
think
maybe
it's
it's just
all
that dark
purple.
purple.
Hmm.
May look
Like
black.
yeah, like that one. He's talking about these.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah.
It's just dark purple.
Right.
Well, that's good.
That's why I was sitting there like purple, black, and short. I
Yeah, I
never
don't remember tying.
I know I never have.
If it works, I might tie something up
There you go.
tomorrow.
Learn something new every day,
Right.
huh? Slap B says, I still would like to have Captain Coleman. He's coming. I'm telling you. On one on or one of the other or both. One of them are coming. Trust me. He's promised me that he would. Or Whitey Outlaw. I've never met Whitey, but he's another great crappie fisherman. Yeah, but you says just sent you a message, Jessica. Okay, I'll check it out. I'll just mess with you, man. Hey, it's like I tell everybody. Even me sometimes feel like I don't want to come here, and there are some shows that I have had to cancel, but it was because I that's when I was really dealing with COVID, that first round of COVID, and I thought I was gonna die. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I don't care about that live show. I gotta see if I'm gonna live first. Murdoch says, I like the chat just the way it is. Tournament Pro is fine every once in a while, but I don't tournament fish. I'd rather catch a limit of 1.5. Okay, 1.5 liners that seven, than 7 2.5s. Okay, a limit of 1.5 pounders than 7 2.5 pounders. I'm with you, Murdoch.
Yeah.
I'm with you. CSS Hayden Jeffries, that was on a few weeks ago from here in Jackson, Mississippi. That guys on Ross Barnett Reservoir won another tournament and broke lake record with 384 2 weeks ago. Wow, a
Mm.
384. That's right at 4 pounds.
Yep. I seen that.
That's right at 4 pounds. Wow. But time on the water on the right lake, it brings that stuff. I mean, I just don't see us having a 4 pound crappie in the lakes that I'm fishing down here. Jamie,
Nah.
how are you tonight? Thanks for joining us. Rick,
What's up, Rick?
Devon says my neighbor been catching cooler full of bluegill in Bayou Surreal.
Oh, Bayou Sorrel? That's Louisiana.
Okay, how you pronounce that in Plat? I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that in Louisiana. Okay,
Yeah, they got some strange names.
yeah.
I know Bayou Sorrel because I used to watch Swamp People.
Oh, okay, okay. Are they still on TV?
Yeah, they still doing it.
What are they doing? Reruns, or are they still doing live? I mean,
I think
new
they still
shows?
have a show, as far as I know.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just on a different network.
Seem like it'd be all the alligator be gone, all them gators they used to kill.
They getting them.
Yep. Slappy says I'm not against minnows at all, but I don't need them most times. I'm with you. Fishing by the number says I use both during the summer. Seem like I get more fish on minnows than jigs, but I love the challenge of figuring them out. fishing with jigs. I agree.
And we ain't against any legal method of fishing.
Exactly. Hey, it's legal.
If that's what
It,
you want to
it's
do,
it's it's my preference. You know,
that's what you do.
while it says you please everyone, you have a great show, very informative. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Glad you enjoy. Glad you enjoy. Fish by the numbers, I understand. So I use both in the same spot to see which bait they want, and most time is minnows. I give them what they want. The thing is, you can drop a minnow down there. A live minnow gonna get that fish something to look at. And if you drop the jig down there and mimic what that minnow is doing, you'll see you'll be able to get that jig in more places than you'll be able to put that minnow, because that minnow's gonna get you hooked, gonna get you hung up and snagged up in the brush. So if you can
Yeah.
get that jig in the places that you can't that minnow, but give that jig the action that that minnow would be given, you'll understand and have the better results of catching fish on. And I'm gonna tell you something. Me telling you this is not gonna help you go out there and catch them. You just gotta have the want to go out there and catch these fish. And once you build your confidence up, you'll understand what I'm saying. Now, this is for people. I'm not trying to change nobody from minnows to jig. This is if you want to jig fish and be successful. Time on the water is the way to do it. Time on the water, and I'm gonna tell you, if you want to become successful jig fishing, don't stop at the store and buy minnows. Because if you go out there and you seem to have it a little tough with the jig, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna put the jig down and you're gonna be fishing with minnows. Got to give them what they want, or you ain't catching nothing. It worked that way sometimes.
Yeah, I told my buddy he got into fly fishing. I told him leave your stuff at home, take that fly rod, and
Yep,
use it. That's the only way
exactly.
you're gonna get better. You got to
Yeah,
go back resorting to your crickets and
yeah.
all right. I said leave it at home.
Last week I talked to you about my son fly fishing on that trip, that bank trip, and I didn't realize how sidearming he was doing. He was trying to cast until I watched that replay, and I think that was a big part of his problem too. He was sidearming it,
Oh, really?
trying to cast that fly. But I know he's dedicated to getting better with it. I
All
hadn't
right.
seen him practicing on it. They are so limited on time that they can actually get out and fish. But
Right.
but he seemed to be adamant about learning. I told him, that I talked to you about it and we discussed it, but I
Yeah.
hadn't seen him out there practicing or anything like that. And practicing is the key to getting good at anything.
Anything.
So Chat Jock says just FYI, Thump City is back online and selling crappie rods.
Yeah, I seen
I've
that.
been seeing him posting uh different stuff. I don't know what all. He sent me the link. I looked it over a little bit, and it's good to see. Those some awesome rods. But I just could not. I had to get with somebody that I advertise. People always want to know what rods, but I was getting 10 to 15 emails a day about those rods, and I just couldn't do it anymore, and I just stopped using them and stopped advertising for them. But they are some awesome rods. I will say that, really good rods. John says after hearing you preach move, 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 it finally sank in. Now I'm putting much more crappie in my boat. Without a doubt, I used to say that a whole bunch. Chat Jock, that is good to know for sure. Thanks. Yep.
Yeah.
They'll say used to use a flasher and buoy marker to locate and mark brush piles. Side scan and LS has sped up the process. I totally agree.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you now. There are a lot of people that get that live scopes. All I want. I don't need nothing else. I'm gonna tell you now. Side imaging to me is just as important as live scope,
It is. Cuts
especially
down your
when
search time.
exactly, without a doubt. I totally agree.
If you search from live scope, you're gonna run that battery down. You better
Yep,
use that side imaging to
that's right.
mark your spots, then go back and live scope it.
Yep, I totally agree. Gilby says that's a cool looking jig. Let me do a because I can't. Is that orange and yellow?
It's just orange.
Okay, it's all orange. Okay,
Yeah.
orange and gold or
It's got some
all
black
orange?
in it. It's orange for the most part. It's got some other colors mixed in with it with the
Oh, okay,
chenille,
yeah,
but it's orange for the most part.
yeah, good
Got a
looking
little
jig.
orange in the head, orange in the tail, a flash, orange flash.
Yeah. Oh, you got orange flash too.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. D Saw says I noticed that when the sun popped out, fish move to brush. Get dark, they move out. Is that correct? That is totally correct. Totally correct. You know, I was doing some night trips, and at night you can't find the crappie on brush piles. They totally abandon the brush piles at night, and they are out
They're actually
and
feeding.
out there feeding. I'm talking about
They feed
they
at night a lot.
I haven't found them stacked up. You know, like a lot of people say, "Oh, I found a school out there at night," and I just have not found a school at night. But I do find a lot of single fish, and from their reaction, sometimes I'll just sit back and look at them. From their reaction, they don't want nothing around them because that's a sign that there's something that they may have to watch. They all got their own little zone that they'll stay in, and if it's something their size or bigger, they get really spooky. And they can see at night. I'll tell you that. They can see really well at night, without a doubt. Gilbert says, anybody want to buy a Harley? I want to get a new boat. So I guess you're trying to sell a Harley?
Killing
Slab B
them.
says, do you agree, SK, the crappie are getting smarter to LS? Or do you think it's the pinging from the LS? I'll say this. Uh, Monday, my trip Monday, I could have chunked a rock down there and or got snagged on the brush pile or ran my motor over the brush pile or threw uh, anything down there. Those fish were still gonna hit. Tuesday, I know for a fact that we were spooking fish with the troll motor because it was a little bit windy and I was running my troll motor a little bit higher than I like to. They're just these fish are just a fish that you just got to take what they give you.
Exactly.
There are days that they are very spooky. Do I think that the live scope scares them? I don't think it scares them, but I know that they can feel it. And how I know that they can feel it is because especially when you're fishing timber, you can look at those fish when you first flash them, they're on the front side of that tree. By the time you get up to that tree, they're on the back side of it. And I see that a lot. I see that a lot. See it a lot. And some days is worse. I don't know what controls it, but some days are worse. DLC giving you props on that jig.
We got another one I tied here too. Put that.
Jarvis in the house. What's going on, brother? Do you guys use any new color combinations yet lately? Yes, I have. Had Steve. I've been talking to Steve for I don't know how long about an all clear bait. Yes, all clear bait. I'm talking about with no color. And I hadn't used it hard, but I have caught fish on it. Uh, let me see if I got some here close to show. See if I can dig in here and find them. If I put them in, oh yeah, they in his bag somewhere. But it's all clear bait. Also did, everybody know I've been talking about that hot white, and then I've been talking about orange for I don't know 2 months now. So I talked Steve into making me a dreamsicle. That's what I'm gonna call it, dreamsicle jig. And this is just, let's see if it'll show. Get a little light. It's all clear. There's no color in that bait. All clear bait, and it works. Um, Another one that's been working really good for me is this orange and green. Orange and green. The dreamsicle's been doing good too. Um, but it's like I say, I've been on this pattern a solid 2 months already, and a change is coming. Definitely, a change is gonna come. That's one thing that you can guarantee about crappie is that they gonna change. Can you see? There's the cat right there. That's the orange and green. And that's a split tail. 1 3/4 split tail. It's been working pretty good. And this is the dreamsicle, orange and white. And I'm gonna tell you something. I think I can. Kim will say I can tie a decent jig.
Oh yeah.
I filled out a hole that I wasn't happy with. So I've stepped back big time from not only tying hand tied jigs, but from using them. And it was just a challenge to myself because I'll tell you this: there are times that I'll be out there and I'm struggling with plastics. I'll tie on a hand tie and catch fish, and I think that the profile you can get such a small profile on hand ties that it helps. Uh, but it's just a challenge for myself. Everybody think that hand ties are better than plastics, but it's just the confidence level that you have in what you're using. Both work great. Uh, and especially now that Steve has got I'm gonna tell you the baits that this man is pouring. I did 5 trips with one hot white bait and used it every single trip to put fish in the boat. I wouldn't catch all the fish on it, but a good majority of those fish were caught in that hot white bait. One bait, 5 trips. So plastics work just as good as hand ties. I want both. I'll never tell you I prefer one over the other. I think they both work great.
Yeah.
Slot B says Ronnie Cap said biggest crappie he's ever saw weighed in a tournament was 412 hybrid on Neely Henry. Why couldn't I have caught it? Been fishing there for 40 years. Afghan Dreaming, what's going on, my brother? Appreciate you for joining us, man. Good to see you. Am I caught up in the chat? I think I'm caught up. I didn't skip over a bunch of people, did I? I'm right at caught up. Larry, what's going on? Mayfly are still here in Alabama. I think the crappie are still are filling up on them. I think they're gone from here now. You past few weeks, I think they're gone because I was getting them. They'd be real thick on the bridge. I got to cross over to lunch, especially when I go early. And I hadn't been seeing them, but they were really thick up until 2 3 weeks ago. And those crappie do love them. I think
Mm,
all fish eat them.
yeah, they do.
Yep.
Especially
Super
when they
Dave
die.
says, "Nice jig, Kim."
Thank you.
Gilby, Steve sent me a message saying to give away that Ranger boat today, and he will square the winner away. That's funny. All right, here we go with a good question. I had to look at this name for a second because I was sort of skeptical of putting it up there. Let me read the whole question first because the name is kind of different. Okay, it's a solid question. Here we go. Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining us. Burn unit. I guess the X's are just for decoration, I'm guessing. Burn unit. Sup fellas, thoughts on how you tackle thermocline in the summer. I mainly fish at night under lights. And it's been tough for me the past couple weeks here in Tennessee. Do you try to avoid it? Um my thing is the crappie at times are stacked where the thermocline is. Uh, but I'm willing to bet you're fishing under them. Now, I'm not sure if you have live scope or not, but I will tell you these fish do go under the thermocline, not by far, not by far. So wherever your thermocline is, uh, don't be scared to fish above it. I don't care if it's 3 foot under the surface, which it you rarely usually isn't, but do not skip over the shallow water. I mean, I've been saying that especially this summer. Do not skip over the shallow water. I'm telling you. I've been catching a lot of fish in shallow water. I don't care about that water temperature being 90 degrees. I don't
Nope.
care.
I
Do
was in
not
8 foot.
overlook that shallow water. I promise you, you will not be worried about that thermocline.
No, we was in 8 foot Saturday.
You know, I had a guy. He went way back, looked at an old video of mine, and said that way back in the day, I ain't talk a lot. I was like, man, I don't care about talking. I'm gonna catch all these fish. I know they'll like seeing me catch all these fish, but it seemed to me that people they don't care if you catch 2 fish in a video, just as long as you talk to them about what you got going on. And I've been working on that. I'm gonna tell you, I hadn't recorded a whole bunch because I've been guiding so much, but uh, the thermocline is something that I had live scope has totally changed my mind about because I used to run from the thermocline, just like he's asking, do you try to avoid it? Back in the day, I'd use side imaging and my 2D, and I'd hunt areas out that did not have thermocline. I'd have worked my tail off to catch fish. But since I've gotten live scope, them fish do not care whether that thermocline is there or not. But just be for sure, do not overlook that shallow water, and you'll be a happy man after that. See, it says a hashtag summer crop. Let's tell you what. Let's do that. Let me get this thing set up. We'll do a midnight. Do a mid show giveaway because I'll tell you now. There's a lot of people that come in at the end just to get in. I don't. It may be the only time they can get in there. I don't know. I'm not even gonna say it. So we'll do a mid show giveaway. Let me get this thing set up. Y'all give me a minute. Ken, what's your plans for this coming weekend? You fishing this coming weekend?
Somewhere. That's always the plan.
Super cool.
I'll
I
figure it
like
out
that.
in the next few days.
I like that mentality, man. I'm gonna tell you, I look even though I'm out there every other day, if not, several days in a row, man, I'm still looking forward to getting back out there.
Oh yeah.
Still looking forward to getting back out there.
And the heat's coming back, so I have to get out early. It was 108 here yesterday,
Oh wow.
and it rained today, and it's supposed to go back up again tomorrow. And next day, next day.
I'm gonna make it hard. Yeah, I'm gonna put a long one in here. I got to work for this one. Gonna have to work for this one. That sort of look kind of funny. Now I
Man,
think I'm gonna change it. I think I'm gonna change it. That's too long. Do it my old way. Okay. Let me get back over here. Y'all hang with me. I got a couple of little things to do to have it up on the screen. Share, share screen. All right, here we go. Had to make it kind of hard. No, that's not really hard, but yeah, put some work in. Put some work in typing that in. Two stand fishes in the house. Thank you for joining us. Ah, he says Mr. Twister decades and decades ago had a clear with silver flake and had bloodline which was clear in the red bloodline. Okay, in the middle. Both work great. Well, I got some clear with some silver flake too.
mm,
Gilby says I left the boat ramp the other day and gave some kids some hand tied jigs that I had laying around. And on Sunday, the kids said, "You may not remember me, but I caught fish with the jigs you gave me." That's what's up.
yeah.
That's what's up. Slabby say you been on the ball tonight. How to stay cool in the heat. Don't get dehydrated. First and foremost. Cover yourself. You know, a lot of people don't think you can go out there in short pants and short sleeve tank top shirts and all of that. I'm gonna tell you something. That sun ain't no joke on that skin. Uh, and try to fish as much shade as you can. I don't do the umbrellas. I put my big old hat on. The umbrellas ain't nothing but a windsock. I'm a pinpointer when it comes to boat control. Uh, and I don't need a big old umbrella. I know a lot of people won't think you can put a big umbrella up there, and but crappie fishing and umbrella don't go together in my book. That's my book. What you think about that, Kim?
I ain't messing no umbrella.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do no umbrella.
I got any limit your hook set. And
Yep, yep,
they get in the way. I've tried it. It's like I don't like it. And the wind comes, it's liable to blow out your boat.
yep. I've had that happen. You know, I'm not gonna say I never used it, but I
I
don't like
have.
using them.
I don't either.
Yep,
I just wear a hat. And I wear my sunproof jerseys. You wear UPF jerseys. Flyby jerseys because they keep the sun off of.
yeah,
And they're wicking. They wick the moisture away. You can feel the
that's right.
air when they
Yep,
blow through.
they got clothing designed to be out there fishing in the sun. UPF, is it UPF or PF? Something they got letters that
UPF.
UPF ratings on it. I think 50 is the highest.
Yeah, I
Works
usually go
great.
with the 50.
Yep. Damon says I spider rig using both hand ties and plastic. Both catch fish. That's what's up. Slab B. Yeah, crappie love mayflies here in Bama. Man, those things will cover boat houses here a lot of times. Yeah. Yeah, they get on your truck too if I'm not sure if you guys got bridges where they hang, but man. And
Yeah, they
they're
had.
they're they're nasty to try to scrub off your vehicles too.
They only live 24 hours.
Yeah. Yep.
And they mate, then they die. And that's when they really gorge themselves.
Exactly. Yep. Murdoch says the best jig is what they biting at the time. I totally agree. You can beat the best jig argument to death
There
and
ain't no.
never get a true answer. I will say Steve's are the toughest plastics I've ever used. I agree. I've had so many people on even on this live want to know what was our best bait, and I can't answer that. All right, Albert, appreciate you for joining us. Two Stan says, "Come on, y'all! Don't forget to hit the thumbs up for one of the best shows on YouTube." Two Stands, brother, I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Two Stands is a cat fisherman too
Yep.
that does goes live and show you the techniques that he use. And
And he
appreciate the shout out, man.
and he gives
Oh,
Chad a hard time.
oh, very hard time. I'm nowhere near the best show on YouTube, but hey, we do all try to do our best to help people catch more fish, and that's what this is all about. Ford asked, "What's the hummingbird that I have on my dash?" It's a 1199. One of those core, what they call core units now, old school. I tell everybody that I've had the unit. I don't know, 12, 15 years already, and it still put me on fish. It still draws that structure. It's still out there. I mean, it just does great. And it only has like a 6-inch transducer versus the 9-inch stuff that you get with the new units. And it's just so many people that I know that. I mean, the new units are great. Target separation, clarity, look great. I mean, the units are great. They work really good. But I don't want that big old sore thumb hanging off the back of my boat and, $1,200. Well, I'm exaggerating. $1,200, probably $600 to replace it. I ain't got that type of money to throw away. I hate to have a 6-inch one hanging off the back of my boat, but it's a lot less likely to get broke off than a 9-inch one. And I'm gonna keep that old hummingbird back there. I mean, I'd love to go with the Gorman. That way, if I mark a waypoint, while I'm idling around, or if I'm on my troll motor and mark a waypoint, I'd love to be able to have on both places without having to, try to save it to both separately. But I don't want the troubles of that big old long transducer off hanging off the back of my boat. But the unit, to answer your question, the unit that I have is a core Hummingbird 1199, and it's SIDI 2D. Great little unit. Slap B says thermocline was about 18 foot here Saturday. And I'll tell you now, man, I'm out on the water a lot, and this thermocline moves. I'm not for sure what causes it to move. Some days it's super light, and I'm thinking, well, maybe it's spot out of here. Go back the next day, and it's super thick in that same spot that I was saying that maybe it's out of here. So I'm not for sure what causes it to do it, but it's something that I hadn't. I just don't think a lot of people got a good understanding of. But I'm not scared of it anymore. I don't care that it's a thermocline. Uh, it sort of congregates the fish, if you ask me. They're not all gonna be. They're not all gonna be above it for sure. I'm telling you. Live scope looks like crap looking through it. But if you get your eyes adjusted to it, you can see through the thermocline and see that there's fish under the thermocline. They're not going to be super aggressive, super active, but you get a jig down there that what you thought was just a clump of whatever starts to move. It's not going to move fast. There are fish under the thermocline, without a doubt. Thermocline on the lake we fish runs 17 foot pretty much. That's what's up. Super Dave says hashtag work for this one. That's funny. That's what's up. All right, so now we made it to everybody posting. See if we got anything in between here. If not, we'll go ahead and do this drawing. Get down here. All right, here we go with a question. Murdoch has a question. In all opinion, in tall opinion, is a Gorman SI better than HB? I tell you this. I want it's sort of like bluegill versus crappie on the table. Both are good. I will say this. Let me finish reading your HB. I'd love to have my console and bow unit communicate, but I've heard. Wait, oh, you have been a bird guy. Yeah, yeah, me too. You won't be disappointed with Gorman. I promise you.
Yeah, their side images come a long way.
Yes, sir.
Hummingbirds always had good side images,
Without a doubt. Yep.
no doubt.
Right now, there ain't a unit that you will be disappointed with side imaging.
No, they all got it figured out.
Yep, they all got it. I'm telling you.
The
If
Hummingbird was
you
first to figure it out.
exactly, if you can deal with that long transducer, I'm telling you, Gorman, you'll be happy with Gorman without a doubt. Yeah, got to use long sleeve and long pants, and not just any clothing. They got these clothing with UPF ratings, and that protects your skin from the rays.
You know, I bought me some Sims UPF glove 50s.
Yep,
They're
yep,
expensive, but they work.
yeah. Denali, the rods I use, Denali,
Uh
they
huh.
they got a few different type of gloves, and yeah, I've been using them pretty much for years now, and they do really good. Prevents my hands from being all burnt up.
Yeah. And the Sims got a hole in the palm where you get some air through there. They're pretty cool.
Yeah. Slabs says the 1198, 1199 birds, some of the best units ever made. I totally agree. I totally agree. And y'all's opinion is Gorman SI as good? Okay,
We just read that.
yeah, yeah. Okay, look at you talking about, well, you answered my first question. Roadhogs in the house. Here's the new live scoper right here. I just finished this install today. I appreciate you having the confidence. You spent all that money on that unit. I appreciate you having the confidence in me that I'd be able to hook it up. That's a good deal right there. Autocorrect is killing me. All
What
right, y'all,
size?
let's do this. Go
What
ahead.
size wire you use? 6 aught?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just got mine. That stuff's expensive.
Oh yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, Steve has it.
With the
Did you?
wire?
Yeah.
I didn't. I just got it. I got it
Yeah.
already, but I didn't know.
Oh, okay.
I know now.
The Bullock asks, what settings do you recommend on a Lowrance Hook 2 for crappie? Bullock, is that the DI? I think that's the DI
Yeah, that's
unit.
down energy. They
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
side.
I just did a guy's boat, man. I wish I could. I don't do a lot of Lowrance stuff, but while I'm looking at that unit, I can dial it in. I will tell you this. Man, save your money up, get your SI unit. You're gonna save yourself so much more time, and you're gonna make it's gonna be so much more successful trips with SI at a minimum. Always buy a SI unit.
Yeah, they're
And I'm
not
seeing,
badly priced now anyway.
yeah, exactly. You can get these SI units. They're not like they used to be. But crappie fishing and only a DI unit, man, I'm gonna tell you, there's not a lot of people that I know, including myself, that's that committed to go out there and crappie fish, especially if they don't have areas of a lake that they got figured out already.
Mhm.
It's really hard. I mean, regardless of how you get your unit dialed in, if you can see structure with that unit, you're doing great. If you're gonna be able to, I can't say you're gonna be able to see fish. The 2D on it, uh, it does show open water fish. Crappie right now, man, I'm telling you, it's rare, especially in the heat of the summer, that I get out here and see fish in open water. When they get pasted to that structure, and that's been the deal for forever. Is always look for the structure. Always look for the structure. It will help you tremendously. Has everyone here liked the video already? That's a great question, Roadhog. I appreciate you bringing it up. Has everyone here liked the video already? Here we go. Let's do this video. Let's do this drawing. We got a giveaway going on here. I know people ready to find out who the winner is. What are you gonna win? You're gonna win some new jigs from Limits Tackle from me. Uh, DLC says I had to put it in twice before I got it right. Super Dave, and go get my glasses. If you're older and haven't used electronics before, do not go right to live scope. You will be too amazed to catch fish. I agree. All right, here we go. Let's do this drawing. Good luck, all. Here we go. Bam. Blake Denwhiddle. He's a local guy.
No, is it?
That's what's up. Well, since I won't have to mail his, I'll hand him off. I'm gonna do a second giveaway. How about that? Here we go. Let's do it. DLC. DLC. Congratulations to both of you. Congratulations to both of you. DLC, I know you don't I don't think you have my email. Super Dave just put it in. If you would send me your mailing address and I will get these jigs on the way to you. Look at Bullock talking about pick me, please. I don't pick nobody. The giveaway tool does. But if you would, and Blake, man, you'll hook up on the lake. Let me write this down so I won't have to be fumbling trying to remember. I need another notepad. I need another notepad bad. I hadn't been able to keep up with a lot of the stuff that I've been talking about on the lives without my notepad. Yeah, we had a power surge about 30 minutes before the live. I was like, man, don't tell me it's gonna be one of those nights.
Yeah.
And DLC, you gonna do a giveaway tonight, Kim?
I'll do another one next week. I got too
Okay.
much stuff to mail.
You just did a big one on your live
Yeah.
on Facebook.
Yep.
That's totally acceptable. I'll
Yeah.
tell you what, since I'm gonna do a third. Let's do a third. I just feel like giving away tonight. Let's do a third right now. I'm gonna do a third. Here we go. K Little. K Little. Congratulations. And the same thing applies if you would send me your mailing address. Super Dave has put it in the chat. Guys, congratulations to all that won. Everybody here, congratulations. We're all winners. We are all winners. Let me get back over here. We're all winners already. So, but congrats, special congrats to the people that won tonight. Any other questions on summer crappie fishing? Summer crappie fishing. We already talked about the thermocline, and I know it confuses so many people. Before I had live scope, it, it I'm gonna tell you, I'd go out there and I'd struggle. I hated seeing the thermocline. I'd run that whole lake looking for areas without the thermocline, and the bite would still be tough. It would still be tough. Without a doubt, Bullock, you got that little boat coming along pretty good. Bullock experience, we have used the old school hook for most of the catfish we caught in the past year. Awesome for finding structure, depth changes, bait, etc. for the next time, for the next to nothing. There you go. There you go. For those of you that won that may not have my email, Super Dave is putting it in the chat right there. Any other questions on summer crappie fishing? You know what, Gilby? I have not. I have not, man. It's just I've been so busy here lately. It's unreal. They could still cooking a bunch of fish, but I just hadn't had the time to put on a pot of beans yet, and it's coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. It is coming. Okay, so swamp people still are on okay. Oh, still on.
Yeah,
You know, a lot of times that a lot of these shows they'll come on for a few years, and then next thing you know they're running doing a lot of reruns.
yeah,
And
they do those too.
yep, one of my best shows is Lone Star Law. Love that show, but every last show right now is a rerun. Every last show is a rerun. Okay, so Devon say he met Bruce a few times around. Okay, that's what's up. So you say shallow, but are you looking for riprap or what? Definitely. Uh, it's like I was saying earlier. If you want to mess with crappie right now in open water, you better be out there at night because before the sun comes up, those fish are congregating on just about all the structure and the depth that they're preferring for that day. Structure is the key, especially in the summertime. And that's, you can ask several people that's followed me for years. Summertime is my time of year. Other than the additional traffic that's on the lake, I do my best catching in the summertime, and it's because the fish just congregate to the structure. You find the structure, you find the fish in the depth that they're preferring for that day. Almost too easy, but it still requires a lot of moving. There's going to be a lot of fish that are just not active on those piles, but you will get the active fish that are there. Lots of moving. I like moving because I can fire that motor up and go cool off. And it helps me be able to stay out there a little bit longer. No doubt, K Little. Congratulations. Murdoch, SK will an SI unit see through the hull? No, only 2D works through the hull.
Yeah, you can't shoot through the boat.
Now, only 2D. You can get 2D to do that, but you got to use a wet mount for that to even work. Great show tonight. See y'all next week. Same time, same flavor. Thank you, Miss Stephanie. We getting close. I watch him on Blackstone. Super cool. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Transducer, yeah, without a doubt. How do you feel about tying hair jigs to braid for the light bite jig fishing? Do you even use leaders, Kim? You fish with braid, right?
Yeah, I fish braid.
You use a mono leader,
No, I don't fish clear water, so I don't use it.
or you go direct braid?
Yeah,
Yeah. You know that, man. It's I'm not even for sure that it has to do with the water clarity. Uh, and I will say this: years ago, right now, it's rare that you'll ever see me tie direct braid.
Hmm.
It'll have to be a day that I'm being super lazy and had broke off and just tied a jig on just to do it. Uh, or if the fish are stacked inside of the structure, which they do a lot in the summertime, and I have to put my jig inside the brush. That'll be another time that I'll tie direct braid. But for the past several years, even though I'm fishing in murkier water than Kim, I still use a mono leader because I have seen that it helps me.
Yeah.
And a lot of times these little minute changes, it's the difference between getting bit and not. LBG. I wish he was on now. I'm not sure if he's still listening, but one day me and him fished a trip, and you know, uh, we there's been several fish caught both ways, but me and him was on my boat, and I mean I'm just dropping down there, you know, just drop down there and set the hook on these fish, and he I tried to offer him this identical jig. He wanted to use his personally hand, which was pretty close. We on the same boat, and it's not that I didn't have him on the brush pile because I'd shift the boat over and fished a little bit deeper water that he was in. I'd still catch fish, bluegill. There's fish there. You gotta do this or do that. And I started thinking, I was like, you know what? I think you need to tie a leader on. Leaders do work. I'm telling you. I've seen it. Bluegill struggle until I tied him on a mono leader, and he started catching fish. And right now, you will not see him fishing without a mono leader on. Uh, it does take work, little additional step. It may only give me two, three additional fish faster, but hey, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Tackle Box Mike says, when does the fall crappie start biting? I ain't know that they stop. They still biting right now.
Yeah. They
Now
just
I'm not
speed
trying
up.
to be a smart butt or anything like that, but man, these fish, it's just like saying that there's a season for crappie. It just don't exist. These fish gonna feed every day. It's just a matter of figuring out what it is that they gonna want, where they want it. Did you get one of the Did you get one of the panfish rods, or are you with the 10 foot? Which rod did you get? And I got to tell you, I've received another story, another story of a broken Denali. That make three in all of the years that I've been using them rods. I've only heard of three stories of a broken Denali. Two of which were slammed in tailgates. Nothing to do with the quality of the rod. And the other one, you're gonna get a laugh out of this. The other one flew out of this guy's boat while he was going down the road, and another vehicle ran over it and broke the tip. And all three of the guys that I've talked to contacted Denali, and they hit me up and told me, "Hey, you won't believe this." And the rods being broken were totally their faults, but Denali took care of them, and that means something. That means a lot. Uh, One thing that I will tell you, there's not a lot of the Denali rods that have replacement tips, and that says something too. But they do work with you if you so happen to screw up and break it uh, on your own. Now, I'm not saying go out there and break a rod thinking you're gonna get a brand new one, but um, customer service with these people is unmatched. And the rods, I mean, I know most of you guys may have seen me yank into these fish and swing them in the boat. I'm guiding with these rods now, and I'm still having. I've got customers grabbing them midway, swinging them, swinging fish in the boat. I mean, they're just awesome rod. I got absolutely nothing against the Denali. Highly recommend them. No salt BP's in the house. Thank you for joining us. We really do appreciate it. I can't wait till she start back making those cooking videos. Awesome, awesome, awesome recipes over there. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Uh-oh. Look at here. I'm going to the river in Ohio for catfish in 2 weeks. That is awesome. I got to hear. I'm hoping you take pictures and put them on Instagram so I can see them. But I want you to share your catching experience with us. You have to. I'd really appreciate it. DLC says thanks SK. I will email you my information. Awesome. There you go. Okay, I appreciate it. No salt BP. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here right now. Murdoch says this always goes by too fast. I totally agree, man. It's done. I mean, we got 9 minutes left. Me and Kim held it down tonight. How about that, Kim?
Tried to.
Give me some.
Uh,
There you go.
where is that?
Yeah. Steve told me that he didn't know if he was going to be able to make it. He was going to try to, but
Yeah.
he's over there with family that they hadn't seen in several years. So I was telling him, hey, look, man, I knew Ken would be here, but I thought Bluegill was going to be here, but if he's not feeling well, that's totally explainable. So, but we did an awesome job. I think we were relayed some good information, helped some people catch some good fish, built some confidence up, and able to mess with the minnow dunkers.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, and that's just hey, we're totally having fun here. Y'all don't take no offense to that.
Hey, we're
Can you ask?
purists.
There you go.
We're
It
purists.
says,
They're
can you
middlemen.
ask Steve to sometime talk about the different units and the differences? I sometimes get lost with what you're talking about on some of the items. Well, if you got a question, just ask. I mean, don't let me say something that you're not understanding without question. I mean, I'm gonna try to answer every question, especially if you put the question marks in the front, like you did there. I rarely pass up question marks. I rarely pass up question marks. Tackle Box Mike says, up in Minnesota, we have 4 seasons. How do the seasons work in Texas? I'm going to catch them in summer. I'm going to catch them in fall. I'm going to catch them in winter. And I'm going to catch them in spring. That's how they all work. Um, I do fish slightly different areas. I never beat up the banks in the springtime. A lot of fish do get caught in the spring on the banks. But there's always going to be fish deep year round. And I don't mean 30 foot deep. I'm talking about 8 to 16 foot of water, 8 to 15 foot of water. If you fish 8 to 15 foot of water, you can catch crappie year round. And I'm not trying to be a smart butt here. It's just facts. If you want me to lie to you, I will tell you that yeah, there is a season. Yeah, they are biting in the fall. In the fall, if you want me to tell you that, I probably won't. But I'm just telling you facts. I'm giving you something that's good. Well, I'm so very sorry. Oh, there you go. Got holler at my buddy Kim too.
Hey, how you doing? That's all right.
Look at Jeep Fish says 2 seasons, hot and dang hot.
Yeah, that's what it's this year. That's for sure.
That's funny.
It's dang hot now.
That's right. You ain't lying about that.
Ooh-wee.
Murdoch says I never tie to braid. I do think they can see it. That's my opinion, without a doubt. I totally agree. Okay, you got the 10 foot panfish rod. What? You must have a 10 foot prime. That's a crappie rod. What I meant by panfish is the blue. They got a bluegill. I think the max length on this 9 foot, if I'm not. But I got the 7 foot. This awesome rod too. I'll tell you what, I've been slanging some fish in the boat with it. If I cast to them, especially the white bass. Yeah, I was catching some white bass pretty good here. I don't know, 3 weeks ago or so. And
Yeah.
I got to test everything out. I got that old white bass. Maybe just check this old rod out, see if it'll swing them in the boat. And sure enough, a Denali held up again. Jeepfish says it was 104 here in Texas. They were 4 feet under the surface, 2 hours before sunset. Here you go. There you go. If you want me to lie to you, I will. Go out there and fish 30 foot of water. Go out there and fish, whatever. Go out there and look for fish in open water. I'm not going to lie to you. And I'm going to tell you, there's some people around here that truly will. You want to catch fish, go out there and give what I'm telling you a shot. I don't care where you at. Tall Phelps says, how much smoother and farther cast do you get on spinning reels with braid? I'm not a big caster. Um,
You get
but I,
good cast.
huh?
The diameter is small, so you get good cast like mono.
Yeah,
If you get
I agree.
it comes in small diameter, so it
Uh
casts
huh.
well. Bass
Yep.
fishermen use it all the time.
All the time.
It casts well.
Yep. Robert said he picked up a 7 foot Denali and love it, without a doubt. Tackle Box Mike says in the fall up in Minnesota, the crappie put their feed bag on for winter because it gets so cold. Just thinking about differences in between Minnesota and Texas. I mean, it's just like right now. What people don't understand is when spring hits, those fish put out so much energy spawning that throughout the summer they're stacking up. It's not just fall that they are or fall that they prepare for winter, but they're preparing in the summer to recover from the spring. From the spring spawn. So there's a great summertime bite. They feed very well.
They do. That's what they
Uh,
do.
and then you have the fall. Yes, they do feed up very well.
They feed more frequently because they know that it's coming.
It's coming. But then you have winter, and guess what? They gonna eat just as ferociously when they get food there because they know, hey, it's cold. I'm gonna eat when I can.
Yeah. And they just stack up
They
in
they
bigger
they,
schools.
they are going to eat year round. And I'm just giving you confidence. I'm telling you. I've found out a long time ago, man. If you put that time in, get out there and have confidence, you will see that those fish are just as aggressive year round. And I'm gonna tell you that definitely do get a little finicky during the summertime, but they do feed. They really do feed year round. All right, guys, we're working down. What length rods do you have? Your clients use and what reels? I use 10 foot uh, Denali primes. I use the heavy action, and they have some D50 little D50 reels, and it's just a line holder. I don't have any fancy reels, anything for my jigging rods. All Denali. I use Mad Fishing, uh, 20-pound braided line. I use a P line mono leader. Limits tackle. All my terminal tackle is from Limits Tackle. If you want fail proof, even Kim, you tie on jigs from Steve, right?
Yeah, I got some jigs, Steve.
Yeah. So if you want fail proof, I'm telling you, Denali. Just I mean, Steve is not a Denali dealer, so you'll have to hit them up direct. But give with Steve, and he'll get you set up with all the other stuff.
Hatchet heads, that's what he sent me.
Yep, super cool. Two Stan says, please hit the thumbs up before you leave. I'd really, really appreciate it, guys. Still got 72 people watching. We were up to, I think the highest tonight was 94, and had some really good questions. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed it as much as we did talking about catching these fish. And we're gonna get out of here on time tonight. Good night, all. Stay safe out there. Slap B, really do appreciate it. Super Dave, you guys did good, brother. You did also. I really do appreciate you helping us with keeping the chat live or clean, and the participation that you give, dropping the links, brother. Second to none. Murdoch says I got a Denali that I ordered that arrived broken. It was shipping damage. I had 2 tips in 3 days. There you go.
Sweet.
All right, guys, we crossed the 2 hour mark. Super uh, Big Les, Slick, you guys, everybody in the chat, I really do appreciate you. Kim, thank you for helping me hold it up tonight.
Oh yeah.
LBG, hope you get to feeling better. I know you're probably still in the chat. Everybody in the chat, we love you guys. And we will see you guys, like always, next Wednesday night, 9 p.m. CST. And like always, what's the saying, Kim?
Same time, same flavor.
There you go. Peace out, y'all.
Later.
Later.